she said, Sascha, this is a job for you. I said, no, Barbara, I don't want to have the job. So she applied in my name, wrote the CV, and sent it.
So you said no, but she did it
She
for
did
you
it.
anyway.
She was my roommate in my apartment. When, all of a sudden my phone rings and said, we got your application, you're interested in the company, can you come for an interview? And I said, what? Who is this? Who is talking? And this is how I end up then in design and construction for hotels.
Wow. Good thing you didn't hang up. You get the call.
Correct. She even tells me nowadays, Sascha, you still owe me because your career is based on me sending an application on the CV. This company for this job. And Sopiano said, no, I only take 3 jobs a year. No more.
Oh.
So he said, Sascha, you go to see Renzo Piano and you convince him that he's is doing the building for me in San Francisco. And we also met a lot of those really genius architects.
Right.
Right. With I worked with Raffaele Vinoli, with MGM. Meetings with him are probably the most funniest meeting I ever had.
Oh,
I mean, he's not just a creative person, his sense of humor is incredible.
Yeah.
And with Sir Norman Foster.
Oh.
So
he's my favorite.
So I mean, if you want to see and you want to meet a really British gentleman, probably Sir Norman Foster.
Yeah.
And I think it comes all about to know your guests, to know your market, and then you actually design and build according to their needs.
Right.
I try to be honest in not only how I work, I think it's also on when designing space. So I never had to really go through inclusion to learn it. It just happens.
Right. Other than the chocolate and the cheese, everything's like, okay, well, what else is it? When I go there, because I just feel so good when I'm there, and I think that's it. Just you can just walk around freely, and you feel just this mutual respect.
To that point, when it comes to the level of quality we actually deliver, or Swiss companies deliver, it starts actually with our education program. Frankly speaking, if you don't like the job, that's when I quit.
Right. Well, that's why I love what you said about passion, because I think when you are passionate about what you do, like-minded people just sort of come into your world.
Here's the thing, we are not only designing space for our guests, we also have to design space for the crew.
Right.
The crew is important because it starts in the cabin where they have their cocoon where they can go back and can go on a FaceTime or with their family.
So it's not making them feel...
So they're downgraded.
Yeah.
We want to actually uplift them.
Right.
So that's all the saying in the industry. If the staff is not happy, the guest will not be happy.
Yeah, that's true.
So innovation is something which is so close to us in design, but also from technology, engineering point and so on. So I would say 2 main drivers right now we have in the designing industry. It's innovation plus sustainability. If the pandemic taught us something, is being closer to the family and appreciate the good part of social being together.
Yes.
And I think nobody wants to miss that anymore.